Hello and welcome. Let's quickly talk about how to best use SEnuke X. Now, I can't really say that I'm like a super expert advanced user because it's only been, as I'm making this video, SEnuke X has only been released for, I don't know, about a week. But in the time I've used it, and I've been using it quite extensively, obviously, to test it. So here are some tips, really two main tips on how to make the best use of this tool. The first one, very important, is that you use it in bulk. And so here's the best way to do this. You want to prepare a whole lot of content beforehand. So I'm talking about, maybe 5 or 6, or let's say 5 to 10 articles, spun articles, and then 2 or 3 press release texts, also spun. Then maybe 2 or 3 videos, and a bunch of descriptions that you can use for bookmarks and for like about me and bio texts. Okay, so you want to prepare all that, like a whole pile of content beforehand. Then you fire up SEnuke, you go through the wizard as demonstrated in the first video on this page. You go through that wizard, and when you get to the diagramming part, you map out a huge campaign. Okay, like huge. You place all these articles all over the place, article directories, Web 2.0 sites, and so on, profiles, and go at least 2 levels deep wherever you can. So you'll post your Web 2.0 profiles with an article inside, and then you'll bookmark those profiles and you'll ping those bookmarks, that kind of thing. And I really encourage you, like, zoom out and build a huge network. And then in the next step, you feed SEnuke with all of this content that you've created, right? You feed all of these spun articles and the video files and all that stuff into SEnuke. And then you set it off to a schedule of like 2 or 3 weeks, and you set it off to get started doing that. And it then runs through those tasks. And then you go and prepare another huge pile of content for the next website, for the next project you have. And you go through the wizard again, you schedule out a huge network, you set it running for 2 or 3 weeks, okay? This is the most effective way of making use of this, because if you use it like this, it will save you the most amount of time, right? If on the other hand, like if you build campaigns in small steps, if you go in and say, okay, I'm gonna do 1 article and 1 press release and a few bookmarks, and you go through the wizard and set that up and let it run for 1 or 2 days, and then you have to go back and do the wizard again, add a few bits of content here and there and so on, then you'll be spending way too much time using the tool, okay? So that's the first tip. Use it in bulk, prepare a huge amount of content, feed all that content in there, and then let it run. The second tip is that you combine SEnuke X with at least one other link building strategy, and a link building strategy that gets you high quality, high page rank backlinks. Because what SEnuke X does is it builds a lot of backlinks, and it builds what I would call like base level or baseline backlinks. So large amounts of mostly lowish quality backlinks. And this kind of backlink building, especially because they're coming from so many different sources, is very useful. For some keywords it will be enough to get you to the top position, but for most keywords, in my experience, talking about keywords that you can realistically compete for, assuming that you've done some good keyword research, and for most keywords, this kind of link building will get you to page 1 fairly quickly. But getting from position 7 or position 5 or so to position number 1 for your keyword, that is usually a tougher fight than just getting on the front page. And the best way to get there, in my experience, the best way to do that is to combine this baseline style link building that SEnuke X does very well with some high PR backlinks, so with some super high quality backlinks. For example, what you could do to get those is you could use something like Build My Rank. So with Build My Rank, you post a few of these articles to this blog network, and you pick out the highest page rank ones, and you build a ton of backlinks to those, and that's a great way of sending a lot of link juice through one particular link. Another way of doing that would be, if you have your own backlink network, your own network of high PR sites that you can place some links on, those would be great as additions. And anything else you can do, like link exchanges or anything else you can do to get backlinks from actual high PR pages. Because if you combine lots of base level backlinks, a large volume of those with a few high quality backlinks, that is, in my experience, like the best way to boost your sites up. Okay, and those are my 2 tips for getting the most out of SEnuke X. I hope this is useful for you, and I hope you'll see a lot of success with your own backlink building campaigns. Thank you for watching, and I'll talk to you soon.